starting with Awarie, who I think was more deserving between him and Penei Sewell. Between the two. Marshawn Lattimore, third in the NFL in pass deflections. An elite shutdown corner.
Yep.
Darius Slay had a 3-week stretch where he looked like maybe the best defensive player in football, and he's had a really great season.
Eagles are basically the playoffs, too.
Trayvon Diggs, we all know, leads the league in interceptions. Can't argue that.
Yeah.
And Jeff, of course. I don't. I was reading. Through Twitter last night, trying to get people's reactions, and it's like, you know what, man? Like, Amani Oruwariye, okay, like, I get it.
Yeah.
I really do, but
phenomenal year.
I don't think this is it, guys. And then, of course, Jalen Ramsey.
That's tough. I mean,
but guys, what's the Pro Bowl?
Fans, coaches,
fans voting, retweeting.
Yep.
And it's kind of hard to get a fan base to retweet your Pro Bowl voting and hashtags and voting them in when you've only won 2 games through 14.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying in a bad way towards the team or the players, but, as a fan base, how engaged are you going to be on social media? Oh, yeah, I'll retweet this. I'll tweet out Penei Sewell 50,000 times so he gets 50,000 votes. Like, there's some people on this list that, honestly, why they made the Pro Bowl, I'm not sure. Chase Young made the Pro Bowl. Guys, he hasn't played in weeks, and he has a season-ending injury.
He hasn't played since like week 2, 3.
So, like, that alone should not only take the validity away from the Pro Bowl, but just tell you how meaningless that really is. Now, I know growing up for most of you, the Pro Bowl is a big deal. It was a badge of honor. You could say that about the NBA. You could say that even about the NFL. And as time has progressed and the league has evolved and players have evolved and mobility has changed and the way we interact on a day-to-day basis has changed. Early 2000s, it wasn't text communication every day, social media, etc., etc. No, it was among the peers who were the best players at their position, right? And now we've made it so fan interactive that we're making mistakes. We are making mistakes. Allowing fans, quote-unquote fans, to decide. What you're basically doing is saying which fan base is most willing to tweet about their players. That's who gets in the Pro Bowl. Why Chase Young is there is beyond me. TJ Hawkinson's in the Pro Bowl, allegedly.
Alternate. As an alternate,
but like, okay.
It's not like he can play anyway. I mean,
all right. Like, it's always the alternates that kill me. There's going to be a ton of guys that get in. Awarie, depending on what happens in the NFC, he may have to sit out. He just may. Or maybe he gets in as an alternate. Who knows? I didn't have a problem with it. I actually didn't. Because they weren't Pro Bowlers. They played near a Pro Bowl level. They absolutely did. For stretches and moments in time. And it's so good to see that 2 young players, especially Awarie, because his 3rd year now, finally break through. You kind of have that same window with Penei Sewell, but he's already shown stud. Great.
Right.
Pro Bowl, year 1, year 3. No, not over these guys. I don't see it. And I didn't understand the uproar yesterday and the backlash from it because Darius Slay deserved it. Lattimore deserved it.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey was always going to get in. Mm-hmm. And last I checked, Trayvon Diggs having one of the best seasons I can remember for the position. It's tough. It's a tough year for Awarie. Any other year, he probably gets in.
Right.
This year, no.
In the NFL, we know this. They're the only league that obviously takes into account fans, coaches, and players. And I want to get to the Penei Sewell because you nailed it on the head with the Awarie decision because who you taking off. And that's kind of the similar thing to the offensive lineman because you look for the offensive lineman, they decided to go with Trent Williams, which has been the only tackle above Penei Sewell over the last multitude of weeks. I'd say about 9 weeks. And then you have Tristan Wirfs, right tackle for Tampa Bay, who's had a pretty damn good year. Obviously, Tampa contending for a Super Bowl. Lost some guys, but they're still in that conversation. And then Tyron Smith. And I think what you said kind of makes this point with Tyron Smith. He only played in 10 games. He hasn't played in the last 4 games, but he still made the Pro Bowl. Why? Well, number one,
Tyron Smith.
There you go. The fans know Tyron Smith, Dallas Cowboys, America's
And
team.
he also, when healthy, is
and he is a very
arguably
great
a top 3 tackle.
Yeah, he is great. He is a great left tackle. So if you want to just compare the two, well, Panay was second behind Trent Williams. Well, it's not always about who's the better player on PFF, whatever the case may be. It's a lot of
PFF
things.
rankings are also very deceiving.
Yeah, they are.
There are weeks
They are.
where I can bring PFF rankings to the table, and man, it makes my argument look real good.
Yes.
And then if you actually look at it, oh, you know what? Well, maybe there are holes in it. If you're going to live off of, oh, this player is good based on just PFF ratings, you probably shouldn't be giving an opinion about a player or a team. It's not just about PFF rankings. So, look, it's a popularity contest, guys. It happens in the NBA. How many times have we seen a guy playing at a top 3 level at his position get snubbed over, hey, it's Steph Curry. Steph Curry's on the team. He's got to
Right.
make it. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's got to make it. It's a popularity contest, and that's what it's turned into. So,
And especially now,
I don't see who you sub him out for. I'm sorry, Lattimore's role is much more vital than Awarie's. And I mean that not in a disrespectful way. It's just the truth. He is the lockdown corner, number 1 assignment, anchor of that defense week in and week out.
yeah,
for
on an
New
island,
Orleans.
man. Just Marshawn Island.
Trayvon Diggs, playmaker. Jalen Ramsey, playmaker. And then, of course, Darius Slay, playmaker.
Yeah.
Awarie, I would say it, playmaker.
Yeah.
Great. This was not the year, unfortunately.
And for Penei Sewell, especially just because of how he started. I mean, the penalties, and probably about week 4, week 5, he started taking that just jump to what we've all expected to see out of Penei Sewell. But I think the first 4 weeks hurt him. And Tyron Smith, I kind of compared the penalties. I wanted to compare everything.
I don't even think it was the first 4 weeks, to be honest, because I think we saw Nick Bosa week 1. He went up against him. He had his best game after coming off a rough preseason.
Yeah, no, he had a
It
great,
was the struggles. I think you're
like
right.
2,
from-
3, like kind of in that area.
I think it was 3 to 5 or 2 to
Yeah.
4. It was one of the two, but
Tyron
even
didn't
then,
struggle like that.
You can have bad games in the NFL. Everybody on this Pro Bowl list has had a bad game outside of Trent Williams. Like, it's okay. Having said that, do you really expect a rookie whose fan base has won, whose team has won 2 games, whose fan base has not really gotten enough energy where they're like, gotta vote this player in. It matters. That's our guy. We gotta get him in. Like, sorry. No. They're not Pro Bowlers by definition.
Right.
They may be alternates. And again, season like TJ Hawkinson, thumb surgery. Why is he on the Pro Bowl list? Aren't there other players who are playing that should be alternates? Off the top of my head, if I miss a few, I apologize. Cole Kmet, he's emerged in Chicago this year. He's looked like a really good target in the NFC. Any tight ends I'm missing, feel free to add to the list. That was just the first one that came to my mind this morning. Why Hawkinson? Again, popularity contest. And it's tough for rookies to win a popularity contest. And then you look at Awarie, he's essentially a rookie. Nobody knows who he is. He's having a breakout year.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, I could say the same thing about Trayvon Diggs. Huh. Well, Trayvon Diggs plays for America's team. They get the most ratings.
They have 10 wins.
If I sat up here and talked about the Dallas Cowboys every day,
Yeah.
you would see a significant difference in ratings if it was a national radio station. It's not. The Cowboys sell. It's a marketing machine, and I just told you it's a popularity contest. It is what it is. I feel Carolina had a few snubs on the defensive side of the ball. Just my opinion. But then you look at... It's so funny. It's so funny where we've gotten here. You guys want to talk about a real snub? And I hate to bring this up. But Matthew Stafford, not voted into the Pro Bowl. Kyler Murray, who's missed, 3 games? Really?
You just beat
Aaron
him head to
Rodgers
head.
being there, absolutely. No problems with it. Yes. Kyler Murray? Okay, not only did Matthew Stafford just beat Kyler Murray and the Rams, but not only recency bias has he been playing at a higher level, but he hasn't missed any games. He has the second highest passer rating in the league, only behind who? One of the greatest quarterbacks ever to lace it up, Aaron Rodgers. See what I mean?
Yeah, second in passing touchdowns.
That's
too.
a snub.
Yeah, that's a real snub.
Not an unknown corner, because, guys, it is a popularity contest for the most part. So on a year where I could argue there was an emerging player coming out of the NFC and he just so happens to play for the Detroit Lions, it doesn't matter. Because if he doesn't do it next year, it never mattered. So unless he's playing at that level next year, he won't be considered for the Pro Bowl. Whew.
And that is a shame a little bit, too, I got to say. Because, like, think about it. Think about it from
Do you watch the NBA All-Star Game?
I mean, yes, but not pay attention to it. I have
do you watch it minute to minute?
No, not minute to minute, no.
You watch the three-point contest, the NBA, the dunk contest, even the skills contest, because it's more entertaining than the actual game. Nobody watches the NFL Pro Bowl.
No, I agree with you. But you think the Pro Bowl means something to a guy 3 years in. He has never made a Pro Bowl. I'm sure. Like, he has a breakout year, 6 interceptions, 11 pass deflections, and he's not even. I don't know if he's an alternate. I don't know the whole news, but if you go into next year at him and you're like, okay, if I got 6 interceptions, we weren't very good. Do I got to get 5 and we get 7 wins, or do I have to land 6 again? Like, what's the ceiling for me to at least just get in the Pro Bowl? You know what I mean? Like,
Pro Bowl used to be a badge of honor, and when you used to associate a Hall of Famer, what was it? How many Pro Bowls did he make?
Yep.
All pros. And now it's just, how many all pros? What do her stats look like? What do you do to his team in terms of contributing to winning? What's his legacy? You don't even acknowledge Pro Bowls anymore, especially post 2014-15.
Yeah.
You don't acknowledge it. It doesn't hold the same value anymore.